Hello guys, welcome back to FC 𝗗𝗜𝗦𝗘𝗥 Predictz. We had such a long break, but Champions League is back again. We have some fantastic matchups coming up in the playoffs leg 1. So that's exactly what we're going to be predicting today, Champions League playoffs leg 1. But before we do that, I just want to go quickly over our results for Champions League match week 8 predictions. So the first match for week 8 was Manchester City hosting Brugge. Our tip was Manchester City to win combined with both teams to score at 2.28, and the actual result was 3-1 for City, so we hit our first tip. And the next game, Bayern Munich were hosting Slovan Bratislava. Our tip was both teams to score at 3.0. That was such a huge odds. But as I have mentioned before, the Slovan Bratislava have scored against other European elites, so I was expecting them to score against Bayern as well. So the actual result was 3-1, and we actually hit that 3.0 odds of both teams to score. The next match was Girona hosting Arsenal. Our tip was Arsenal to win, combined with under 3.5 goals, odds 2.23, and the actual result was 1-2 for Arsenal. So we hit that high odds as well. And the following match was Brest hosting Real Madrid. Our tip was Real Madrid to score 3 or more goals, odds 2.10. And the actual result was 0-3 for Real Madrid, so we hit another big one. And the following match was Inter was hosting Monaco. Our tip was Inter to win, combined with under 4.5 goals at 2.30, and the actual result was 3-0, so we hit another big odds there. And the following match was Stuttgart hosting PSG. Our tip was PSG to score 2 or more goals, with the odds of 2.23. And the actual result was 1-4 for PSG, so we hit that one as well. And the following match was PSV hosting Liverpool. Our tip was PSV to win, but that tip was given only after Arne Slot announced that he's gonna rest the main squad. So I quickly went over in the comment section and changed my draw prediction to PSV to win, and that's exactly what happened. The actual result was 3-2 for PSV. And the odds for that was 2.23, so we hit that one as well. So you definitely got to keep an eye in the comment section. If I see any major announcement made, I can go back and change my tips in the comments and pin it usually, so just keep that in mind. And our following match is Dortmund was hosting Shakhtar. Our tip was Dortmund to win, combined with over 2.5 goals, meaning 3 or more goals. And the actual result was 3-1, so we hit that 1.75 odds. And the following match, Lille were hosting Feyenoord. Our tip was over 2.5 goals, meaning 3 or more goals in the game. And the actual result was 6-1, so we hit that 1.80 odds as well. And the following match, Sporting were hosting Bologna. Our tip was both teams to score, and the actual result was 1-1, so we hit that odd of 1.80 as well. And we had 2 other games where we predicted the correct winners of Aston Villa and Atletico Madrid beating Salzburg in an away match. And once again, believe it or not, combining all these 10 correct tips into a parlay would give us the odds of 2,100. And I'm not even counting those 2 games where we predicted the correct winners. I'm solely talking about the 10 correct tips that we have given. But always keep in mind and play responsibly. Wins are never guaranteed. So without further ado, let's get back to our Champions League playoffs leg 1. So the first match of the week, Brest will be hosting PSG. This is such an interesting match where 2 French teams are going to face each other. Brest have been doing a great job lately, winning 4 out of their last 5 matches, but still sitting in the 7th place but trying to get back up there to the top 5. PSG, however, are doing a great job. They beat Monaco 4-1 over the weekend. And literally a few days ago, on February 1st, PSG visited Brest in League 1 and they were able to defeat them 5-2, where Dembele scored a hat-trick. After leaving Barcelona, Ousmane Dembele needed some time to get back in his best form, and now just scoring hat-tricks for fun. Look, I understand this is not a League 1 match, but still I just cannot see Brest getting anything out of this game. And the fun fact is, the last time Brest were able to defeat PSG was 40 years ago. And I don't think it's going to happen here now. So my score prediction for this match is 1-3 for PSG. And my tip is PSG to win, combined with over 2.5 goals, odds 1.75. But if you really want to juice it up, then over 3.5 goals, meaning 4 or more goals in the game, odds 2.23. On to the next one, Sporting hosting Borussia Dortmund. Sporting made it to the knockout stages after drawing against Bologna in their last Champions League outing. And they also had an interesting match in their domestic league against Porto where they drew 1-1 against them. And they're actually leading the table in their domestic league. Dortmund from the other side doing horrible in Bundesliga, not even in top 10. But in the Champions League, they're doing just fine. They were so close to get qualified automatically to the next round, but ended up being in the playoffs. So this is expected to be a super interesting match. Last time these two teams faced each other was back in 2021, where in the first leg Dortmund were able to defeat Sporting 1-0 at home, but in an away match when they visited Sporting, they lost 3-1. Considering Dortmund's really horrible form, I don't think they're gonna get anything out of this game. So my score prediction for this match is 2-1 for Sporting, and my tip is Sporting double chance combined with Sporting to score 2 or more goals, odds 2.15. On to the next one, Juventus will be hosting PSV in the first leg. I'm gonna bring up a fun fact right away now. These two teams actually met in the group stage of Champions League back in September, where Juventus hosted PSV and were able to defeat the guests 3-1. In their domestic league, Juventus are sitting in the 4th place, whereas PSV are leading their table. And they actually faced Feyenoord in a cup match and they beat them 2-0. And Juventus in Serie A defeated Como 2-1 by scoring a last-minute penalty and taking all 3 points home. And in their last Champions League game, they lost to Benfica 2-0, whereas PSV defeated Liverpool 3-2. This is going to be a super interesting match to watch, but I'm not too confident about the home team. But still, my score prediction for this match is 2-1 for Juventus, and my tip is over 2.5 goals at 2.0. On to the next one, Manchester City hosting Real Madrid. This is gonna be an insane match to miss, and I would definitely mark it as game of the week. Both teams are having some serious problems in their defense, but Manchester City spent staggering 220 million euros over the winter transfers. That's more than all the EPL teams' spendings combined together for the winter transfer. And Real Madrid, from the other hand, dropped 3 crucial points against the relegation team Espanyol in an away match. They lost that game 1-0, and they also barely got a point at home against Atletico Madrid, which ended 1-1, and they actually conceded first and then somehow scored a goal. But I'm not gonna deny that Manchester City also got humiliated by Arsenal 5-1 in a cup match. But again, this is a Champions League match and their domestic league means nothing because all the players will bring their superpowers to the field in this game. There are only 2 ways for this game to go. The first one is low scoring, very defensive, boring game, or the second one, all or nothing, a goal fest. And the fun fact is, the last 3 out of 4 matches these teams faced each other ended in a draw. But guess what? My prediction is going to be controversial here. My score prediction for this game is 3-1 for Manchester City. And my tip is Manchester City double chance combined with over 2.5 goals at 2.75. On to the next one, Club Brugge hosting Atalanta. Club Brugge fought with everything they got just to hold on to their 24th place to qualify for these playoffs, and they did that successfully. And Atalanta were so close to get automatic qualification instead of playing the playoffs, but unfortunately their last Champions League outing were against Barcelona in an away match where the game ended 2-2 draw. But I have to bring up something super important. Club Brugge is a home team. They drew against Juventus at home, they beat Sporting 2-1, they beat Aston Villa 1-0. And in their domestic league, Club Brugge were able to defeat Leuven 1-0, whereas Atalanta humiliated Verona and won 5-0. So the both teams are coming in a positive mood to this game. So I'm expecting a super interesting match in this one. My score prediction, however, is 1-2 for Atalanta. And my tip is both teams to score odds 1.72. Or if you want to juice it up, then Atalanta double chance combined with both teams to score odds 2.10. On to the next one, Celtic hosting Bayern Munich. Celtic will try to repeat whatever Feyenoord did against Bayern Munich at home and get an impressive win. Both of these teams are leading in their domestic league with significant point difference. Last time these two teams faced each other was back in 2017, where in both legs, Bayern Munich were able to win 3-0 at home and 2-1 in an away match. But after seeing what Feyenoord did to Bayern Munich in a recent match, I'm not going to be surprised if Celtic gets something out of this game. But at this stage of the Champions League, I believe Bayern Munich will be 100% concentrated and they're going to show to the other European elites why they deserve that final in Germany. But I personally prefer Barcelona against Liverpool final, but that's a topic for some other day. So my score prediction for this game is 1-2 for Bayern Munich, and my tip is Bayern Munich to win combined with both teams to score, odds 2.30. On to the next one, Monaco hosting Benfica. These two teams had a similar Champions League campaign by accumulating 13 points each and sitting in the 17th and 16th places respectively. And the fun fact is, these two teams faced each other in the group stage, where Benfica visited Monaco and the home team were leading 2-1 until the 76th minute, but that red card the Monaco player received had its say, and Benfica were able to make a comeback and win that game 3-2. So this is the time for Monaco to get their revenge on this match. They have their second shot against Benfica to take their full revenge against them. Over the weekends, Monaco lost to PSG 4-1, but hey, that's PSG. Luis Enrique's teams are humiliating any team that's coming across them. I'm not going to be surprised if Benfica wins this game, but I'm going to predict something different. My score prediction for this match is 2-2 draw, and my tip is both teams to score combined with over 2.5 goals, odds 1.90. And the last match of the week, Feyenoord hosting Milan. Feyenoord are having a great Champions League season. They defeated Bayern Munich 3-0 at home, and they were also losing against Manchester City in an away match until the 74th minute. They were down 3-0 and they made that heroic comeback by scoring 3 goals in the last 15 minutes and drawing that game 3-3. Milan from the other side, they were so close to get automatic qualification, but they lost their last Champions League game against Dinamo Zagreb 2-1, and they're not doing too well in Serie A either. They're sitting in the 7th place, which looks so weird to see them in that position. So I believe Feyenoord has a great chance to get a win at home against this Milan. All they have to do is put up that game plan that they had against Bayern Munich. But my score prediction for this game is 1-1 draw. And my tip is Feyenoord double chance combined with both teams to score, odds 2.29. Or if you want to take the riskier path, then under 2.5 goals, odds 2.23. That's all, guys. That was Champions League first leg of playoffs. So don't forget to leave your predictions and comments in the comment section. Put thumbs up if you liked the video. And also subscribe so you're not going to miss our next releases. And bye for now.